So in this session, I will explain one more important concept, that is creating DOM nodes dynamically or creating DOM nodes programmatically. So in this session, we will be understanding the code required for creating DOM nodes dynamically or programmatically. I will try to explain this concept by taking one simple example. So now my requirement is, first I wanted to create a page with the name dynamicoptions.html, and inside this dynamicoptions.html I need new fruit and a text box and then add fruit button. Next, available fruits drop down list. So in this drop down list, I would like to see the first element as select, maybe apple and orange as existing fruit names. Now my requirement is, when the user gives some new fruit into the text box and clicks on add fruit button, I wanted to dynamically add that new fruit name to this drop down list. That is my requirement. Okay. So now I will be explaining the code required for implementing adding the new fruit dynamically into the drop down list. So before explaining the actual concept, first of all, for my explanation convenience, I must show the required HTML for generating the UI like this. Let me show you the required HTML. So definitely in the dynamic option.html page, we must write HTML and header tags, and next body tag and end of HTML tag, and inside the body tag obviously new fruit colon for getting this, and input type text ID is equals to tbnf is required for creating this text box. Similar way, maybe you need a br tag. Next, button control code, something like this, input type submit, ID is equals to btn add frt, value add fruit, on click is equals to fn add fruit. So definitely you will be writing this fn add fruit function inside the header, inside script like this. Script type is equals to text slash javascript and maybe end of script tag. Inside that you will be writing function fn add fruit, and whatever the code is required for adding a new fruit into the drop down list, that code you will be writing inside the JavaScript function. I will be talking about this code later. Okay. Similar way, after writing the HTML content like this for creating button control, obviously you will be writing br tag, and we must write the code for creating the drop down list and add fruits. Probably it will be written like this: add fruits, select, id is equals to ddl, maybe fruits, end, and end of select tag. If you want to display the items in the drop down list, obviously we know that we have to use option tag. Option, select, end of option. Next option, probably will be writing apple, end of option. Similar way, next option orange, end of option, so on and so forth. So whatever the options you wanted to show inside the drop down list, initially you will be including all those things, right? Now we already knows that when this entire HTML content is sent to the HTML parser present in browser, HTML parser present in browser, obviously we know that HTML parser will be converting the complete HTML code into DOM representation. Now I would like to show you that corresponding DOM tree representation. So first, in the DOM tree, HTML will be created. Under that, head and body tags will be created, and in the body tag we are having the new fruit text box. Anyhow, I don't want to show this plain text as a node. The remaining elements I'll show. The first one I am showing text box. This item related code I am showing in the corresponding DOM tree. In the DOM node, obviously we'll see input type text ID, maybe tbnf, and all unused properties including value property. Initially value properties data is empty. Similar way, even this button related code will be converted into corresponding DOM node, which appears like this: input maybe type submit ID, btn add frt, value maybe add fruit, and similar way that on click event and the called function, whichever the function we are going to call, that function name fn add fruit. So similar way some other unused properties. Not only that, even this select tag will be converted into DOM tree, into DOM node, something like this: select id ddl fruit. Now you observe this code carefully and tell me, inside this select any other childs are present? Yes, obviously. How many childs are present? Options. 3 option childs are present. You observe, inside body directly this input type is equals to text is a child for the body. Similar way, these options are the childs for the select. So obviously I must show these options as a childs for this drop down list or for select node. So probably the code appears like this: option and this data, whatever is present in between the option nodes or option angular brackets, that will be, as per my understanding, it will be stored inside inner text property. Anyhow, you no need to remember these property names. Why? Because so during a debug mode, if you go to the reference of this corresponding node, if you can able to get the reference of this node, you can able to see all the options and you can observe which property is holding the actual data. So there you can easily understand that inner text property is holding this data. Similar way, next option and then inner text property will be holding this second value apple. Next, one more node, option node, again inner text. What is the value of inner text? Obviously it is orange. So something like this DOM tree will be created. Now what is our next requirement? I already told you the next requirement. So when the user gives some data into the new fruit text box and clicks on add fruit button, we need to add the new fruit to the drop down list. First you tell me, when the end user types some data into the text box, where exactly the data will be stored? Obviously inside the corresponding node, inside the value property. So in the JavaScript function, first you need to read this value. So we already know how to read the value. Obviously I will write the code inside the JavaScript function now. So instead of writing the code here, since the space is very less here, I will write the JavaScript code here. First I must get the reference of this corresponding node. Maybe we already knows how to get the reference by using a document dot get element by id of, what is id? tbnf. After this v1 will start pointing to this node. Now you can easily read this value by using a where new fruit name is equals to v1 dot value. That's all, as simple as this. Now nfn variable will be having this newly given data, that is banana in this case. Next, what we need to do? Now our task is, we have to add this new given fruit name to the drop down list. So anyhow, I already told you that we cannot make any changes in the HTML. In case if you want to get any changes in the UI level, I already told you that you have to make changes in the DOM tree. So it means that we have to add new node inside this DOM tree, and in that node must be option node with inner text, or in simple words, however the existing options are there in the drop down list, in the same way you need to create a new option. It means that we have to create an option node with inner text value is equals to new fruit name banana. After creating the new node inside the DOM tree, if you can able to make this node as a child node for this select node, automatically you will see that new option in the drop down list. I believe you understood the point. In case if you want to add a new option in the drop down list, you need to create a option node inside the DOM tree with inner text value as that new given fruit name, and you add this newly created node as a child node for this select node. Then automatically that new element will be visible here. So for achieving this, what we need to do here is, first we need to get the reference of this one, right, this node, and apart from that we need to create a new node inside the DOM tree. First I will explain how to get the reference of this drop down list. Anyhow you already knows, you must write where v2 is equals to document dot. Anyhow, though I am not writing completely code, I think you can able to understand. You must write document dot get element by id of, what is the id of the drop down list? DDL fruit. So now v2 will start pointing to this node. Now the next question is about creating new node. How to create? Very simple. I already told you that every browser is having something called as JavaScript API. Apart from the HTML parser, we got JavaScript API. In that JavaScript API only, this document keyword is there, get element by id function is also present. So something like that, lot of functions are present. So one of the predefined function present in JavaScript API will allow us to create a new node in the DOM tree. That function name is document.createElement. Try to understand. When you call document.createElement, a new node, a new element node will be created inside the DOM tree. So create element, and what kind of element we wanted to create? See, element in the sense I already told you. See, this is immediately whatever is present immediately after angular bracket, that is called as element. So we wanted to create a new option type element. So obviously we have to write option, right? Because I want option type element. So obviously I have to pass option. So now you will get the reference of that new option. Maybe I'll call it as NO. So now NO variable will be created in the DOM tree, and NO variable will be pointing to newly created option. So once this code is executed, you will get empty node like this, just option, but without having any inner text, right? Now we want inner text property with the given data present in that text box. We already knows that the text box data is present in NFN variable. Now we need to fill that data into inner text property. How to do that? NO dot probably inner text property will be present, and you have to assign that NFN. So once this code is executed, that banana, newly given fruit name, will be stored into this one, right? But anyhow, as of now, this created new node will be an independent node which is not having any child now, or which is not part of any element, or this node will be independent node. Now my requirement is I want to make this newly created node as a child node for this node. So in order to achieve this, you have to write v2 dot, there is a function called as append child. So in JavaScript API, there is a function called as append child. Into this append child function, whichever the node you would like to make it as a part of the existing node, or if you want to relate two nodes by using parent and child relationship, you have to call append child. I am calling append child by using v2. v2 is pointing to select node. So it means that if you want to add any node as a child node to the v2 node, or to the node which is pointed by the v2 variable, you have to write v2 dot append child of, what is the reference, or what is the variable which is pointing to, or which variable is pointing to this node. You tell me which variable is pointing to this node. ny is the variable pointing to the node, you have to pass no. That's all. So once this node is linked with this node, or once this node becomes a child node for this node, automatically in the UI you will see banana. That's all, as simple as this. The same code you will be writing inside the JavaScript function. So I believe you understood the point. By using this approach, you can able to create any kind of HTML elements dynamically by using a JavaScript and by using a DOM. Believe everyone understood.